Welcome guys, in this lecture of Python programming series we are continuing with our list in Python series. In last lecture we saw how to add elements in a list, how to remove elements from a list. Now in this lecture we are going to see a very conceptual topic of copying the list elements. So I've got a list here, a equal to, in square brackets I've written 1 2 3 4 5. The simplest way to copy a list to another list is by simply assigning the list variable. So if I write b equal to a and print b, see, the list A has been copied to B. Now what if I want to change my new list? I want to add a value 6 to my new list. So I'll write b dot append 6. We saw in last lecture how to use this append function. And then I'll print my new list, and let's print the original list as well. So I'll write print A. Now using shift enter, see, I had only changed the new list, but this change has been reflected in the original list as well. What if I am changing the original list? Suppose I want to change the first index value to, say, Python. Here it is 1, and now I am changing the first index position, that is A0, and I am assigning a new value Python to it. And now let me copy paste this print statement here. Again I am printing the new list as well as the original list. And see here, the original list was tend to be modified, but the new list has also been modified. So if I use this b equal to a, or I use this assignment operator to copy, then this is the drawback. I only expect a list to be modified, but both the lists are getting modified. So this is a conceptual interview question, and in theory, see what happens here. Simply assigning a list to any variable will copy the list to that variable, but any modification in the newly assigned list or the original list will modify the other list as well. And this type of copying is known as shallow copy. To make my original list unaffected by any modifications in new list or vice versa, we use dot copy method or deep copy concept. So in interviews it is generally asked what is deep copy and shallow copy. So you have to just remember that in shallow copy, modification is reflected in both the list, while in deep copy, modification is only reflected in the list in which the modification has been done. So dot copy method is used simply by writing dot copy after the original list name, and you have to remember that no parameter is passed with dot copy method. So I'll write a, which is my original list name, dot copy, and then parenthesis, and no parameter is going to be passed. See here, now b has been copied with the list of a. Now if I append, say, any value, say b dot append 8. So if I write b dot append 8, and if I now print b and print a, so let me write this print b, and then let me write print a also, print bracket a. So what will happen now? See, the original list is unchanged, only the new list which has been modified is changed or modified. So this is the use of dot copy method, and this concept is known as deep copying. Now if I change my original list content, suppose I am changing the first index value from 1 to Python again, and let me copy paste this, the original list and the new list. Now see what happens. In deep copy, what will happen, only the original list content will be changed. See here, 1 2 3 4 5 8, that is my new list, and Python 2 3 4 5, that is my original list, and no modification has been reflected in either list, only the list which was modified is changed. Another way to perform deep copy is by writing list name, a square bracket, and inside a colon. Inside that square bracket we are writing a colon only, nothing before and after that colon. So this is also a method of deep copying without using dot copy method. And now let me change this to 11 and see what happens. Okay, let me run this. So this is similar to dot copy method, but now I am not writing that dot copy method. I am using a square bracket, and within that square bracket I am using colon. So this will also change only the list which is modified, not both the list. Now you can also use deep copy, and for that import copy you have to write import copy. Copy is a module and you are importing that, because this deep copy is a function within this import copy module, within this copy module. So first I'm importing this copy module, and let me replace this dot copy with deep copy. Let's see if it's running or not. Okay, so I'm writing a dot deep copy, and if I shift enter this, so see here, let's run this. Okay, list object has no attribute deep copy. So what I have to do now, okay, I will replace this a, I will replace this a with copy. This original syntax copy dot deep copy, and then in parenthesis you have to pass the list name, the original list name. See, now your new list has been copied with the original list content. And let's perform this append function and see if deep copy is being performed or not. Let me change this to say in string python for fun, python for fun, and let's run this. Shift enter. Okay, so now you can see that using deep copy you can also perform the copy of deep copy concept. Okay, so hope you like this lecture, hope you understand what is the difference between shallow copy and deep copy. This was all about copying elements. It's a very conceptual lecture. Keep practicing. Thank